Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing well. Today's lesson is about grade 12 trigonometry and we'll be doing compound angles. So this is a continuation from the grade 11 playlist. If you haven't watched the playlist, please go and watch the grade 11 trigonometry playlist, as from here I'll jump right into grade 12 work. I won't revise, so to master grade 11 trigonometry, start from that playlist. When you watch the first and the second video on that playlist, you'll see that things might look easy, but as you go further, you learn things that you have to master, things that are a bit tricky, for example, trig identities, as well as trig equations and the general solution. Now, this is the introduction into the grade 12 work, and you guys know that in the grade 11 playlist, I introduced trig by telling you the different common topics. You know that you have the reduction formula, cofunctions, negative angles, numerical reductions, trig identities, and so on. Now in grade 12, we have compound angles and double angles. In this video, I'll only do compound angles. So we only have two things that we'll introduce in grade 12, compound and double angles. The rest is just revision. You know your reduction, your identities, trig equations, general solution. So we add on to that information. Therefore, your foundation has to be proper. This is why I'm emphasizing on starting with the grade 11 work. It doesn't matter how confident you are when it comes to trig. When you do this in grade 12, your teacher will normally start with grade 11 revision. So this is also what I'm saying. Now, we only deal with two things here, so you should know over 80% of grade 12 trigonometry, provided that you've watched the grade 11 playlist. Let's try to solve the first question, which is sine x plus 50 degrees. What's the first step? I wrote the steps for you guys. On the right hand side, write alpha plus beta, or alpha and beta, excuse me. So this is sine x, your x is your alpha, and your 50 degrees is your beta. We've completed the first step. What's the second step? Identify the formula. So this is basically sine alpha plus beta. Which formula is alpha plus beta? It's this one. We've identified our formula. Now let's move to step 3, substitute. Now I wrote the formula for you guys here so that we can highlight sine alpha. We write sine, but instead of alpha, we write what is here. What is our alpha? X. X times cos, what is our beta? 50 degrees. Plus, we have cos alpha, what is our alpha? X times sine, what is our beta? 50 degrees. And that is how you substitute compound angles. Let's try the second example. Let's try to solve cos theta minus 60 degrees. What's the first step? Write alpha and beta. In your bracket, this is your alpha and that is your beta. Okay? Step 2, identify the formula. This is basically cos alpha minus beta. Where's cos alpha minus beta? There is cos alpha minus beta. Let's move to step 3, substitute. We have cos alpha, what is our alpha? Theta. Times cos beta, what is our beta? 60 degrees. Plus, we write this plus. We don't look at that sign, we use the plus that we were given in our formula sheet. So there should be plus sine, what is your alpha? Theta times sine, what is your beta? 60 degrees. Now let's try the third example. Let's try sine 20 degrees minus y. What is the first step? Write alpha and beta. There is your alpha and there is your beta. Step 2, identify the formula. This is basically sine A minus B. Where is sine A minus B? There is sine A minus B. Let's move to step 3, substitute. We have sine alpha, what is our alpha? 20 degrees. Times cos beta, what is your beta? Y. Do not include the sign, which is negative y. Your beta is y. Minus cos alpha, what is your alpha? 20 degrees. times sine beta. What is your beta? Y. And that is how we solve this. Let's try the last example. Let's do cos 4 degrees, let's say plus q. Okay, how do we solve this? Step 1, write alpha and beta. So this is your alpha and that is your beta. This is helpful as it won't confuse you guys when it's time to substitute. So always make sure that you write A and B. Step 2, identify the formula. This is basically cos A plus B. Where do we have A plus B? Cos A plus B. There is cos A plus B. We have identified our formula. Now let's substitute. Let's substitute cos alpha. What is your alpha? 4 degrees. Times cos beta. What is your beta? Q. Minus this minus sine alpha. What is your alpha? 4 degrees. Times sine beta. What is your beta? Q. And that is how we solve compound angles in grade 12. But as you guys know, things are never straightforward in math. So let's do a part 2 of tricky questions in compound angles.